People.
I knew it was coming.
Yes. Let me just tell you what I'm sitting across from today. You look like an adorable buttercup.
What are
like
you
a
talking
cute, or like
about?
a daffodil.
Why
like
are you saying
cute daffodil.
that?
Daffodil, that's better because she has a cute yellow top on. Her hair's like a perfect tone of blonde. She's sitting here next to a glass of champagne that happens to match her hair color in a chair that matches with the wood on the table.
I see
it's
what you're
beautiful.
saying.
The lighting is like just right in the afternoon.
Speaking of lighting, you weren't kidding about your new apartment having like the best lighting.
If I could whistle well, I would right now. Editors, insert whistle.
I
Yeah.
mean, I was looking at your pictures. I'm like, dang, it's perfect lighting.
Perfect lighting.
So jealous.
Yeah, so get ready.
Get
And I'm
ready.
solo, so like I don't have anybody looking at me like all weird,
Yeah.
except Bo as I take pictures.
Let's hear it.
Speaking of Bo.
Yeah, right. I was going to make you tell them.
Did we talk about this together?
Well-
yes, we did.
Yeah,
When
because
did
you
we
were
talk
supposed to
about
go
this?
with me to Phil's movie
That's
night.
right. I'm like,
And
how do you
then-
know about this? I've been knee deep in this stuff. There's no way I've seen you since this. Okay.
No, I've just heard about this.
So my darling Bo has some growths on her ear that were cancerous, so she had to get them removed, and they put her on this medication. And Landon had her for a few days while I was in my doing that job in Fort Bragg. And I get home, and he's like, "Here's her medication. You know, she's on this med that like make her drink a lot of water." End of information delivered.
End of warning.
End of warning. So then I bring her home, and it isn't like 5 minutes that I'm at home before I notice that when she like sits down, how did I notice?
You used the
I must
word-
have noticed the hard way because I woke up. That's right. I was like, when did I notice the first time? This is what happened. I woke up, and Bo has this thing where, like, she knows she's not supposed to be in the bed, but every now and then when I'm feeling like, I really need some cuddles, at about 4:30 in the morning, I'll call her up in bed with me. And so she, like, waits by the bed, and she, like, knows it's almost time. But 4:30 came and went, and so she just, like, hopped herself right in bed. And then I woke up and rolled over, and there was a big old wet spot. And I'm like, what is this on my new bed?
Yes.
I'm not happy.
Yes.
And so then I like rip the sheets off. I go to take care of it. It's like a whole thing.
Wait,
and then
what was it?
So I start to notice that every time she sits down and she stands up again, when she goes to stand up, there's like a little puddle underneath her. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a thing. So now I'm thinking she's older, and is this just because she's aging? So I go on a full like PubMed research it, like I deep dive, like I'm still taking advantage of like my student email where I could still look at all the journals where I'm like, what medications cause what did I type in? And I'm like, I can't believe I know this word. Urine incontinence.
So you're telling me it's urine?
Urine.
I was thinking it was a leaky butthole.
It wasn't number twos. It was just urine, which I don't know which is worse though, because the urine smell like stays and stuff. When I wash bed sheets, I can't wash it with anything else. It has to be done 2 times in a row on the sanitary. It's like a whole thing.
Good point.
Yeah. So it was like that, and it was just like 2-3 days of just me following her around, and so I had to get her doggy diapers, which was like, she just looked ashamed, and now she just knows that they have to go on, so she like presents herself and is like,
God,
I'm ready.
That's sad.
But you know, but if she goes, then they fall off, so I have to be home.
Yeah.
I mean, like, time it perfect.
Sure.
And she, in Landon's defense, is drinking a lot of water. So there was just additional information that they should have provided.
Landon knew and didn't tell you?
No, I've since cleared this up because I had to tell. I told him because now that I'm going on this trip with Yusu's,
yes,
he is in charge of watching Bo.
Oh no!
And so I was like, "Here's the deal: you have to be super on it. I got her a waterproof bed. I got like bed cover. I got her I got her everything she needs. But like, if it falls off, and there's carpet in that house, so like, you watch it.
Yeah."
And I had to borrow the rug doctor to clean off my freaking mattress. So I have that. So you're out of luck until I get home.
Oh, my gosh.
So now he got the info. And when I told him everything, he's like, oh, man, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. I would have, I wish the vet had told me this. So he didn't know. And he was concerned. He's like, is this a medical thing? Like, should we take her back? Or do you think this is a side effect? And when I looked it up and found out this medication is the number one cause and it's the number one side effect. It feels like it should come with a big warning on the side of the bottle.
What you need is a new vet.
Like, if my, practically over-the-counter cold medicine comes with a big old label that says "Do not operate heavy machinery" and like all this other stuff,
yes.
like, I feel like my dogs should come with the warning on it that says, "Hey, might cause urine incontinence. Get a diaper or keep them outside."
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. And you missed Phil's movie night.
Look, I'm mad for a lot of reasons.
I know. Yeah.
And then it was two days in a row. Where overnight, so she peed on my duvet cover.
Sarah.
And then
you
that
didn't cage that beast?
I have regrets. I didn't. And then I thought I tapered the medication. She was on the trail end of it. So I thought because of that, it was getting better. She didn't have any accidents. Well, she had 2 on my rug and on my bed. And it was like one day, then a free day of nothing, then another day. So the laundromat has seen a lot of me.
Oh my God, I forgot. You should have brought stuff over today. I could have done your laundry.
I did bring stuff but I couldn't wait on the sheets.
Okay, good. I was going to tell you should always bring laundry. You can be like our Aunt Jackie.
Totally that.
And I'll be Roseanne.
And I'll always just be folding the laundry when I'm talking to you.
Oh my God, that's totally adorable.
That's what's happening.
Okay, great. Well, next time you can come to movie night and you will be happy.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so today is the day that the episode about your announcement came out.
Yes.
And how did you feel the reception?
You were so nice in how you delivered that and like the posts you put up.
Oh, well, I love
real
you.
Sweet. Well, I love you too.
Thanks.
And that, like, oh my God, now I'm going to get emotional. It's like I didn't care about talking about the divorce, but like I talk about my love for Susie, and I'm like, pass the dishes. Oh no, it really. And then when I listened to us on air, and I just like saw the comments that people put out, I was just like, man, I am lucky. And I was thinking about this because so many people were saying that they've gone through similar things, or going through this, or have been through this, or thinking about it, and. I think it's so important to talk about the things that have been helpful and how the best thing I could have ever done, was my friends, leaning on my friends.
Yeah. And
people feel alone.
Yeah.
Or like they want to not share. But I shared, and people that I was very scared to tell because I thought, oh my gosh, they have the perfect marriage now and they're, or they know, or they only saw this one side of my marriage. I told them, and I was surprised at how many people said, oh yeah, well, we almost got a divorce, or I actually have been divorced before. I learned so many people were divorced that I had no idea were. Yeah. And it was like people feel scared to talk about it.
Well, or, it's like we said, where if you don't have kids, it can feel just like or not feel, but it appears just like a breakup. So, it's just like, this is my ex.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't come up as much.
Right.
But it's not unlike the miscarriage thing where so many people have gone through it, but we're not just sitting around talking about it.
Because who wants to?
Yeah.
Right.
So you can feel like I'm all alone, but really we're all like, oh yeah, I've done that.
Totally. And I think the fear, a lot of the fear is that it's going to be a sad conversation.
Yeah.
But I feel like if there's ever a theme of my life, it's taking a depressing subject and making it okay to talk about.
Right.
Because I think about what I do speaking events at the military bases and at colleges.
Yeah.
I mean...
You made some lemonade.
Yeah, you got to.
Well, I don't like Louis C.K. anymore, but I did like his joke about, like, why are people so sad when you tell them you're getting a divorce? Like, no happy marriage has ever ended in divorce. Right. So it's kind of a good thing.
Yeah. 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 It's like, it's what I feel like I would love to hear. And rather than saying what people should say, because people could say whatever they want.
Sure.
But what would feel good to hear was, I'm sorry for all the stuff you have to deal with right now.
Yeah. It's
because
a pain in the ass.
The emotions, like all that stuff. And also as a therapist, I know that nobody just comes to the conclusion of getting a divorce. Like you don't wake up in the morning and you're like, well, think I'm going to get a divorce today. It is years in the making, and it's trying, and it's struggle, and you want the best, and it's hopeful, and then it's,
until it's not
until
anymore.
It's not.
Yeah.
And so it's not like a thing that, just happened, like the passing of, maybe, I don't know. It's easier to have some, I don't want to say emotional distance, but more like to be reflective or to not be so affected by the emotions of it.
Usually by the time someone is announcing it or
Correct.
telling other people, they've already done the labor.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because if you caught me 3 months ago...
Well, right.
No.
Yeah.
It was when I went radio silent on social media. And
no one noticed because you're always silent.
That's true. Now they're like, wow, she sure is active. She's so happy right now. People are like, oh my God, you just sound great. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird how that happens. But, well, like I said, though, previously, I think when you're ready, you'll know it is time to move on, and you can use your Omax O-Shot lubrication.
Could you imagine first date? Yeah. I need to go grab my Omax. Not first date. I mean, first time we're like, what ifs first date?
Believe me.
Like,
I am fine with that.
Oh my God, I just got all, I'm like getting hot and I'm like, I'm getting all blushy. And red.
You're funny like that.
I know.
I have so much to teach you.
Okay.
Don't get me started. But I'll start by saying everyone should get Omax if they want a wonderful orgasmic experience and no unpleasant taste or scent. It's a CBD arousal oil, which is cool. Finally, they're putting CBD to good use. And it contains 8 natural botanicals that provide the sensory tingling and give you the effect of stimulation and circulation and lubrication, all the shuns.
You were just there's my joke.
And satisfaction. Mm-hmm. And then it's a base of organic liquefied coconut oil. Oh. So, it's just like, what it is, it's edible. That's what it is.
Yes.
Okay?
Amen, sister.
So whether you're single or looking to spice up your relationship with more satisfying sex, every woman can benefit from a more enjoyable orgasmic experience. Omax O-Shot comes to the rescue and provides heightened sexual sensations, which give you the instant and long-lasting satisfaction you've been looking for. And it's 100% safe and natural. Remember, go to omaxhealth.com today and enter code BRAINCANDY to take advantage of the incredible savings. It's omaxhealth.com and code BRAINCANDY to get 20% off O-Shot and all of their Omax products, which are all wonderful. I've tried several, and they are lovely.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to try that sleep. Isn't there a sleep
Yes.
one? Yeah, we'll bring that on the trip. I want to try that.
Yes, you need it. I have to teach Sarah a lot.
I can't wait. I am taking copious notes.
We went out the other night.
God, I can't stop laughing about it.
I will not reveal all that was said, of course. But I am just saying that I am basically lobbying to become Sarah's Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yes.
Because Sarah's nice.
I'm nice.
I am not.
True.
I'm naughty.
Yeah. Yes, this is true.
I just am.
Yes.
It's fun to be naughty.
Yeah.
And Sarah has not really experienced that, especially in the digital age.
No. Oh my God, you are right.
Yeah.
It was freaking archaic when we were...
And you claim, are you still standing by this, that people do not slide into your DMs?
They do not slide into my DMs.
This is mind-blowing.
I've had one slide into my DMs recently. Susie's helping me decide what I need to do with it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we'll be discerning,
yeah.
but that's weird. It must be a vibe.
It is. Mm-hmm. I need,
Because you're so beautiful and charismatic.
But I get a lot of offers for therapy. Are people soliciting my needs as a therapist, which I love.
That's nice.
I'm
but
available.
That should not be what people are sliding into your DMs about only.
Right.
What is going on?
I need 2 profiles, I guess.
All I know is it should be a lot of action back there.
Somebody is just out there in the universe, maybe some people, until I find the right one.
Yeah.
Who are just going to be like, you in overalls and no makeup on Sunday walking your dog is adorable.
So you think it's what you're presenting
I
doesn't
don't know.
scream like...
Oh, come on, like for real.
You're so pretty. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's like it's for somebody who it's a difference between okay, let me put it this way. In the game of marriage, fuck kill, marry, fuck kill, I always get married. I have never had another, maybe kill from somebody.
Sure.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Fair. That's like a personal vendetta, and it's like maybe one, it's probably Johnny. That's it. Which is fine.
Yeah.
Same.
Mutual.
Mm-hmm. But I'm always married.
Yeah.
So
You're
it's like
Jackie
people
Kennedy.
want me to raise their children and be a
Good Lord.
wife.
That is
but
terrible.
It's the Madonna. Yeah, it's that whole.
Yeah, the Madonna and the whore.
Yeah.
You are Jackie Kennedy.
So
and we need to turn you into Marilyn Monroe.
But here's the thing: it's like for the person, I'm Marilyn Monroe.
I mean,
Oh,
I know.
I know. So that's it. It's like it's almost like the bait and switch.
No, you're
Or
a
the
lady in
opposite
the
of what
street and the freak in the bed.
I know. They write songs about it. I was trying to be all coy and humble and thank you for saying that. That's what I was trying to get to.
They write songs about it, she says. Yeah, so, okay. But that's good, though, because really, you don't want to be with a guy who only wants to bang anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's almost got to be like, I love you for all this, and then, what? Surprise? I get this? It's kind of like but wait, there's more. You're like that. It's like the infomercial. Yeah, but it's all surprise. You didn't even know.
What your sexual superpower is? What would you say? Are you really good at BJs?
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. I would say my level of enthusiasm.
That's what I would say.
For me or for you? Oh, okay. I was like, for me? How do you know?
I have
From
no
what you've
idea
heard?
what you're going No, I haven't
What have you heard?
I wish I had heard more.
No, my level of enthusiasm. I just am really happy to be there. In all parts. Every part of it I'm excited for.
It's like you on the challenge.
It's me on the challenge. That is it. And then imagine how I am when I win on the challenge. That's what it's like.
This is so great. I'm so glad I asked. Okay.
And pre-humble Sarah. Before I learned to tone it down.
Sure.
There's
no
toning
room
it
for
down.
that in the bedroom.
Lights are out. We're fine. Or dimmed. We're good.
Lights are out.
Let's just say I've already set the Alexa command to say, Alexa, dim the light. Oh, I shouldn't say it right now. She will. You know who? Dim the lights, and it goes to 1%. And it's
I gotta
let
train
me teach
her.
you some things, Suze. It's great. You can make it say whatever voice command you want. So you could even make it say something funny,
Okay.
like you know who. Make it sexy time, and it could turn on music.
Barry White.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what's the name? What's the name? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. I'm
it's
gonna
real
work
funny.
on that.
I mean, that's a little much, but after a few dates, that could be extra hilarious.
Yeah.
So funny, right?
I wouldn't want to be with anyone who didn't think that was great.
Correct. See, this is who I'm looking for.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And
Yeah,
I'm
if
so
you know
glad
people.
that everyone's been giving you so
the
much
nicest.
support.
Yes.
Any trolls at all?
Oh, no, not a one.
Okay, good. Because
Not
I was
a
just,
single one.
you never know with the MTV crowd.
No. Yeah, I haven't gotten anything.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a funny story.
Oh, I love funny stories.
I was going to segue into this after we were talking about Bo, but then I
yeah.
found out it was pee and it didn't really apply.
Oh gosh, because it's a poo story. Our I would say
know.
our bread and butter, but
So-
it's gross. That gives a really gross visual.
We are off the rails.
Oh,
Okay.
We haven't even really started drinking.
I know.
Oh my god, it's because we're so excited.
It's going to
your
be
birthday.
a long night.
I can't wait.
Okay. There was a 300-year-old note found inside the butt
What?
of a Jesus statue.
What? Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, we got to start checking some statues' behinds. This seems like the right place to hide things. Nobody's looking there.
I realized
Real life or statue. Hilarious.
our show sucks except Sarah's reactions to everything.
Not true.
That is the keystone of the Brain Candy podcast.
It's nice to know that you couldn't do it without me.
I couldn't. I just don't know anyone like you. Okay,
So I don't know if that's a compliment or
I was thinking, though, when I read the headline, 300-year-old note found inside butt of Jesus statue. That is the whole headline. Did they really say
butt?
Yes.
That seems like a colloquialism that was
I forget the outlet. I think it was, like Daily Beast or not Daily Beast. One of those ones.
Yeah.
Daily Mail. That's I think what it probably was. Okay, but anyway, I was picturing a note in the bottle.
That's what I'm picturing.
And then up his butthole.
Same.
But the picture indicated a crack in the butt.
As many photos of bums do.
I'm dying.
The best is that, you don't think that it's going to happen. I could see the sentence, forming in your mind. And then, it's you don't think it's going to sound like what it does when it comes out. And sure enough, it does sound exactly like that.
In Jesus' butt crack,
yeah.
A priest put a note, and they're claiming that it's the oldest time capsule.
Oh.
Because it was intentional.
That's so funny.
And in the note was details about the time period, who the celebrities were, politics.
What?
So I think the priest had intended on it being a time capsule.
The priest?
Yeah.
I mean.
What? Liked butts? Oh my God, Sarah!
He knew about the entertainment of the time. He was in on pop culture.
Stop.
He chose that. I didn't say a word. I'm just saying.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. He chose a profession in which that would be.
No problemo, kind of.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
That's just the therapist in me wants to know, who is this
I don't think you're wrong. Because why the butt?
Right. It was at the top of his mind.
Well, what's on the top of my mind is how if you want something right now, let's say you want more champagne.
Yes.
Then you could not call. That's archaic.
Yeah, come on. That's crazy.
You could use Postmates, the app, and get it delivered to you at any time of day.
Susie, one thing for your birthday.
Yeah.
When I went to go get it, they said, I clicked order, and it took me to Postmates. And I was like, not yet, I'm not ready.
Okay.
So it will be double dipping in this for your birthday.
See? Postmates is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they will bring you what you need within the hour. No more trips to the store. You don't have to even know where the store is.
That's true.
They'll deliver it to you. Just download the app on your iOS or Android for free. And this is insane, but it is real. Scott Yeager asked me if it was true. It is. For a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100.
Yeah, I used every single penny.
A free delivery?
Yeah.
Credit for your first 7 days. So you get $100 worth of crap.
Yeah.
And to start your free deliveries, download the app and use our code BRAINCANDY. That's BRAINCANDY code for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download that Postmates app. Anything you need, anytime you need it, Postmate it, download Postmates and save with code BRAINCANDY. There you go.
Now I feel like I've said too much. We ordered you a clown, Susie. It's a clown.
What if?
No. Oh my God, I should have. That would have been great.
That's like when I wanted to get you a mariachi
Western,
band.
Dolly Parton themed clown.
Oh, that reminds me. Hold on. I'm going to write down. Yeah. I got to bring my Dolly Parton shirt.
Oh, yeah, good. Write that down.
I
brought ensembles.
Ensembles?
I mean, they're not it's not goofy, but I'm going to Nashville. I'm bringing all my boots. Suze, I brought a pair of shoes for more pairs of shoes than days we are there.
Oh my God.
I know.
This is not like
I'm checking luggage. I know.
I'm checking
luggage. I never
luggage.
do this. But I was like,
this is a
there are
special
going to be
occasion.
pictures.
There
I know
are going to be long pictures.
And I know you're going to be cute, and I know it's going to be an adorable town.
Here's what concerns me.
Oh, no, she has concerns.
It's going to be 95 degrees.
I also knew this.
And you're going to wear boots?
Well, I mean, with a mini skirt and a sundress or something.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, and they're they're cute.
You're going to look
It's
great.
worth it for,
wow.
worth it for the gram.
Oh my, for the
No,
gram.
also my legs look amazing in those boots.
That's the motivation.
See soon.
And she's
I'm
look
single,
amazing.
so
Don't remind me.
Come on.
I'll be up to no good in a minute.
Oh my God, that's going to be great. Oh, goodness. This changes everything, as they say.
Okay, I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know your opinion.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously if you're on Instagram, you have seen the influencers and they stand by the wall.
Familiar.
And, you know, sometimes like wings or
yes.
whatever, and they kind of stand in front of it and get their little picture.
I have one of those pictures that says, please don't post this to Instagram, and I'm standing in front of it, like, looking at it.
Okay.
I'll post that.
The artist was, like, being clever?
Yeah.
Okay. So some of these murals are then, you know, in addition to being used by influencers, sometimes production companies will use them for a car commercial or whatever. And the artists are getting angry.
Oh, the royalties from it.
Yeah, they feel like they're not being paid.
This is okay.
What is your opinion about street artistry and what
you are the whole nature of well, first of all, I'm not a street artist.
Yeah.
But everything I know about street art, everything that I've seen in documentaries or heard from people who are, is that you are giving art to people who, you know, maybe don't have access to it.
Yeah.
And one of the, like, cornerstones is it just lives out there and there's this freedom for it to do whatever. Because it can be painted over at any time.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so if that artist wants to turn it into something like that, then what they can do is they can contact the production companies and they can say, hey, would you like to hire me to paint a mural for your commercial? And then they paint the mural, get paid, paint over it. But street art in and of itself that's the whole point.
That's what I thought.
And that is somebody who, like, hopped on the Banksy bandwagon and saw, like, the whole thing is, like, you are a street artist. You are you, like, saturate the market, or you expose your art to enough eyes to where people become familiar with the style. And then from there, you can pivot into
monetizing.
Yes, have a gallery, have whatever you want. If you want to be, you know, you don't want to be anonymous, or whatever you want.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like the process, because you're not going through those normal, formal art, like, you know, avenues or that normal. So, like, can it, dude?
I did not think you were going to say that.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at them.
Dude.
Yeah, about that, because if you're a big famous person, like if you're, then put it out there and then paint over it when you're done. Like, if you don't want it to be used like that. But could you imagine somebody who was a landscape artist for a park, and they make a park, and say even they get paid to make the park, and then everybody came by and took pictures in the park, had picnics in the park, did all that. Do you think the landscape artist who, like, set where all the plants were going to be was like,
but nobody better make money.
Nobody
off of this.
better enjoy and, like, take pictures and make money. No.
I know. I understand the feeling that they might have.
Yes, me too.
That someone else, be it an influencer or a business, might be making money off of their talent. I would feel that way too.
Yes.
However, there is a pitfall when it comes to being a certain type of artist.
Excellent job validating right there. Yes, because that is important, and that it's the feeling that they have, because that sucks.
Yeah.
But that is part of what you signed up for. It's
literally
kind of
like being on the challenge.
Thank you. You just stole the words.
You're so right.
It is like that. It's like, I hate how I got edited. Well,
and other people are getting rich, and we make pennies in comparison.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh.
And we don't like it.
Especially me over here, who I don't want to be like, you know, let's just, that clip has been used and used and used.
And you made $0.
$0.
Yeah.
It sucks, but I know what I signed up for. I know what happened. I know I'm not even bummed about the money getting to people. That is the one stupid thing that I do get, where there's always one, you know, jack off who is like, all they do is put the picture, bananas emoji, and they, like, bananas took your money, and that's like all. And I'm just like, that you're so dumb.
It's
It'll be
not
on a
even
post
clever.
about anything, like something that's totally like the fair. And I'm
Do
like,
you block them?
I just delete the post. I don't even give them the
All right.
what satisfaction of like the block or the whatever. Because then they
I'm
can just
glad that we hit upon this rock, though, because that is precisely what it is to go on a reality show. Because you know what you're getting into to a certain extent in terms of money, especially. And then other people are going to get rich off of it.
Yep.
And they may or may not appreciate the talent that you provide. However, what we can do is the same as what the artist can do. Parlay it into something that is
correct
generating revenue. Hence the Brain Candy podcast.
Yes.
So
there we go. And it just takes the right kind of artist who has the right kind of, there are two things that person can do. They can write a strongly worded email or Twitter, whatever.
Yeah.
Chain or whatever the hell they call that. What do they call that? Twitter?
Blog?
No.
Post.
When they have like the multiple
thread.
Thank you. Oh my God. I swear. Sometimes I'm like I'm the best millennial and sometimes I'm like I'm the worst. So you can do that, or you could put that energy into, I don't know, whatever else. Create a social media just for your murals, and then you tag all the car companies in that,
and
then contact the car companies
on all the art.
Oh yes, that's what this guy did. The one, the Instagram, the one that I took a picture in front of. It's right underneath there.
So
you
then
can't
you could
avoid
follow
it.
him.
Yeah,
and then he can whoopsies.
Oh, so just getting real generous on the poor. Hey, kitty, come over here and look.
Oh my God, a drunk cat.
No, that would
That's
be terrible.
all we need. Okay. So
Yes.
we're solving problems for these people. You're welcome, street artists.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think that it's the wrong.
Yeah.
I would love to ask some of the OG street artists, like people who were really on the scene. I mean, even like Banksy is not even. That is like still more.
Like in the 80s when it started to
where
really...
it was like dangerous to get like the trains. There's a great documentary out there that's on train graffiti on trains, and these amazing artists and it has all the history of it.
Do you know what it's called?
Oh gosh, I'll look it up.
Okay.
I'll look it up and I'll
While
get back
you're
to you.
doing that, I want to encourage you guys to try something that I use several times a week. No lie, I told you this a few times ago that this is, of all of our partners, this is the one I use the most, which is Instacart. And it's because it's so convenient. Groceries delivered in as fast as 1 hour or at a time that works with your schedule. It is so great. You don't have to sit in traffic and go to the grocery store. I hate going to the grocery store, so this is all for me. And I'm sure a lot of you guys share my disdain for, the experience. They keep your hot items hot, your cold items cold. They have tons of local and national retailers that they work with. And if you're like, oh, I need more of this or that, they will bring it to you in a time that works with your schedule or as fast as 1 hour. It's awesome. Try Instacart and get $10 off your first order. Get the limited time offer. Go to instacart.com or download the mobile app and enter our promo code BRAINCANDY at checkout. That's $10 off your first order today at instacart.com or through the mobile app. And don't forget to enter our code BRAINCANDY, instacart.com or through the mobile app with our code BRAINCANDY at checkout.
Yeah, man. It's called Freights.
Freights.
FREIGHTS. Yeah.
I have got to see that. You know how I'm always squawking about libraries?
Yes. Well, there's also another one called Beyond the Wall. It's one of those two.
Okay.
Can't remember, but check it out.
Well, a lot of you might not realize that your local library likely has a digital resource.
That is the best.
It's the best.
Oh my gosh. I remember when I was like young and poor and had no money for cable, but I had a DVD player, or I think at this time it was VHS. I had a dual, like both. Right. Yeah, and I caught Blockbuster right when it was closing and I bought everything.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I had so many. It was the best. But I didn't even buy... that's probably why I can talk about whatever, because I didn't have cable and I just went to the library because it was like 25 cents to rent a DVD. It was crazy.
Well, and the way it is now, because it's the one my library has, it's just an online portal.
What?
So it's ebooks.
Get out.
And all these movies.
No.
Yeah, and you just
Digital.
watch them right there.
I should have listened to you when you just said digital earlier.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, I just like thought DVD in my head.
Well, they have those too at the library, but then they have the digital portal, and it's so awesome. So, like, that documentary that you mentioned is probably available.
A bunch of those good documentaries.
For free. It's amazing.
There's one called, oh my God, it's about Mickey Mouse, and it's all about, I mean, it's not good. It's like all the dark side of like, yes,
bigotry?
It's called, like Mouseopoly or something like that. I cannot find it anywhere. It's only available at like libraries or schools, or you have to have like one of those, you know,
that's
like
cool.
access
See, stuff
to
like
get
that.
in.
I love it.
Yeah.
And
I know
you
it's
can
going to be
just
there.
watch it.
I'm so excited because I have a new library. It's right next to me.
Get in there.
I'm going there.
You could meet your future husband there.
Now there's a good spot.
It tends to be older folks and children, and that bums me out. That's why I'm always talking about it, because I'm like the only person in my demographic who's there, and I'm like, where are you people? You're probably working.
Yeah.
But, because I tend to go in the weekday. But, I mean, take advantage. Anyway, how about this statistic?
Yeah. Oh, tell me. Lay it on me.
22% of millennials say they have no friends at all. 22%. That's a lot of people.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
This is that, you know, I remember, oh God, now it's probably like almost 10 years ago that I was in a class and they talked about this, what do they call it? Oh my gosh, this is law of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Like on the amount of friends you have online and how many in real life, and how when the ones that are online become more important to you, or that sort of very quick but gratifying, you know, looking at the likes, whatever, a comment, it's short-lived, but it feels good for a second, you know? But it's not deep, meaningful, long-lasting like a real friendship is. Mm-hmm. When the number of those, when that becomes more important, getting that kind of attention or
that's for sure
exchange,
in my case what I'm dealing with.
Then you take away the attention from the other ones, and then what happens to those ones? They drop off because you're not able to give. A friendship is like any relationship. It takes effort and work and communication and, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's likely what's going on. However, in the article, it did say there was a ridiculously high number of them, I don't remember the percentage at this time, that said they also had no acquaintances.
Okay.
And so now I'm like, I don't think you know what that means. Because that's just not possible.
But what is the age group we're asking?
This is millennials, so it's people that are born from like 1980
that's older than I thought it would be.
2000.
Yeah. Because if they were a little bit younger, like 18, 19, 20, then
yeah, you can be very isolated.
If that points to just the spread of like how the rates of depression are appearing in that group.
But even depressed people have acquaintances.
Yeah, but when you're in a hopeless place, and think about like how I want to know like how's the question being asked, because if you're in that place where you're like, oh, I have no friends. I mean, we've all been there at times in our life. I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
I've been there.
I'm there
without
now.
realizing how many friends I have. That's it. Is that. That's why
a thing too.
That's why I brought that up when we started this episode about you have to talk about how important the friendships are, because there are times where I've been like, I have no one.
Yeah.
I am absolutely alone. I can't even talk to. My family.
Why
is
do
small,
we feel
blah,
like
blah, blah.
that though? Whenever the evidence suggests otherwise. For example, I have felt like that too, but I have you. I know that you exist.
Right.
But what is that?
There's got to be something that satisfies. There's got to be something that, in a way, it's almost like misery loves company, but you're like doing it to yourself. where you want to like live in that place of wallow. Yes. You want to wallow for a sec.
Gross.
And maybe what you really, I don't mean you, but what we all really need in that moment is to just be more honest about what we're really scared or afraid or sad or whatever about, and have somebody see that. So instead we bring up something trivial, like something that, I have no friends, I have nobody, so that somebody can go, yes, you do. You have this person, whatever, or you can like provide some counter evidence to that. Or the other side of that is, you say, I have nobody. And then sure enough, you isolate and then nobody comes to help. And then, yes, it's a self-fulfilling whole thing. So sometimes in those moments, that's what I had to do when I was like those moments where I said, oh my God, I have nobody. Like when I just had those days where I was overwhelmed, or I got a text from Landon or a letter from the attorneys. And I was just like, this is so emotional. There was the first instinct to just be like, I'm alone.
Yeah.
Nobody will understand this. And then I would have to stop the car, because this always happens when I'm driving. And I'd have to go through my mind and say, who are the people who told me that I can call them whenever and it didn't matter? And then I would just look at my phone and I wouldn't even have to call them. I would just know that, okay, I know I can call this person. I can call this person. Sometimes I'd try to call them and they wouldn't answer. And even when they won't answer, it's for the best. Because in a way it told me like, I just needed a beat, like to take a pause, And sometimes knowing like, okay, I do have people. And then it gave me a moment. I'd leave a message or whatever. And, but to say what you're really scared about, or really, instead of what does I have no friends really translate to?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared that nobody will understand me for me. I'm scared that...
What if that's true, though?
It's only true if you are scared to show people that real you. And I think the real you, and this is what I'm learning, is so multifaceted where, if anything that Oprah taught me and Brene Brown taught me and all these wonderful women have taught me, it's that the vulnerability, even being on the show has taught me, is that vulnerability is that wholehearted life. And it's being vulnerable and being like, oh my God, when you say like, did you get any negative things? And I'm like, no, it's like amazing. All those amazing things would not have been flooding my inbox if I didn't jump off the cliff and just say, this is what's happening in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the big scary part that we're scared to do. But what we get afterwards is so wonderful. And it's so hard because that's not what we think, I talk about this when I do my presentations, and I'm speaking with Flip, who's the American Ninja Warrior, and we've just had, so many conversations one-on-one where we both have come to the realization that sharing the thing that we thought would be the end of us was the thing that gave us life. And it was being really just saying, good, bad, whatever, this is what happened to me. I am not these bad things. Those things happen to me, but I am me, who is all these other things, allows you to feel more visible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what other people want to see too. That's what close friendships are. That's why those Instagram friendships are BS. Or, why the likes and all that? Because there's no other side. There's no depth to that. There's no there's no posting of the struggle and a version of a like for the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
There's no here's my struggle. Oh, I see you in that. We need more than that.
Mm-hmm. I just finished reading Billy Joel's biography, which, it's a niche market, but I'm in that market. And he struggled with, he's had a bunch of car accidents and people think that he's
DUI
an alcoholic.
Situation, yeah.
He says they weren't, but he does say, sometimes he does lean on alcohol as a
coping
way.
strategy.
Yeah, coping.
Yeah.
And I really related to what he had to say about that, because it's kind of how I feel, which is that there's just a part, I think I can't stop my wheels from turning. My brain is relentless, and I would prefer it took a break every now and then.
I should probably smoke pot.
But it doesn't. And so what that can lead to is depressive states.
Ruminating, which leads to depression. Yes. Yeah. And anxiety and all that. Yes.
And he's just sort of like, I have that. Mm-hmm. And I have melancholy as just sort of a backdrop. And I'm like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like, it's okay.
It is okay.
And sometimes you need to hear that. Because I was saying to my sister today, one reason that I think so many people in the U.S. especially are depressed and I'm not talking about the clinical, like...
Right.
True,
we're talking just...
You need medicine.
People say, I have no friends, and just feel
like
sadness.
a malaise.
Yes.
I think comes from what we expect versus what life really does.
Absolutely. Expectations are the birth of... what's the freaking word?
I don't know, but it's discontent in my book.
Disappointment.
Okay, then that's what it is.
Yes.
And so if you're sort of just like, oh no, the expectation was the problem, not the feeling. Mm-hmm. I feel like that can be freeing.
Absolutely.
To people like me who are bitter.
And, and thinking about Billy Joel and him embracing the melancholy.
Yeah.
What he did is he wrote songs about it.
Right.
Hello. I had this same thought yesterday because I am where you have the melancholy and that, I'm the anxious. Like the anxiety. Oh my God, I can tell you a million reasons that we can die from just sitting in this room right now.
Yeah,
it's crazy. We've talked about this. It's like you have more experiences. You all of a sudden, it's like the anxiety.
That's how it manifests.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking the other day when I was at my house, and I think I was thinking about Bo and the whole situation of like the worst case. My mind was going to all the bad stuff that then my house is going to be covered in this, and then she's never going to stop, and then it's going to blah. I couldn't stop.
Oh my God,
and
really?
And then I don't know what happened, but it just, what pops in my mind, my mom said this a long time ago. She said, imagine if every time Stephen King had a dark thought that came through his head, he pulled the covers over his head and he said, oh my God, I can't be a person. Mm-hmm. Well, A, he would have no books. And B, we would not have all of the amazing movies that are out there in the horror film. The category of horror would not be what it is. And
dishonest to act like a life should be only joyous.
Right.
That's
Stephen King will say that about his life. He will say that these are the terrifying thoughts that pop into my head, and I write them down.
Yeah.
And so when terrifying thoughts pop into my head, I think, what would be a really cool horror? I thank my brain.
That's a great idea.
Thank your brain for it, because it's really a showcase of your creativity. Your brain is doing its job. It's saying, well, what about this option? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this?
Yeah,
what about
I can
this?
see how
that is the brain's job.
Yeah.
And so when I have those moments where like that thought comes in my head, oh my God, some people really do suffer from intrusive thoughts of like, what if I just took this knife and stabbed my dog? What if I just let go of the wheel and drive right off the road? And for that, you just say, thank you, brain. What would be the what would be the next part of the story? Because we are not the thoughts that pop into our head. We are the conscious actions that we take. If I were to tell you, how do you spell two? First, your brain would be like, well, there's T-O, there's T-O-O, there's T-W-O, and it's your conscious mind that says, well, what form of two do I need right now? Mm-hmm. How would I use it in a sentence? And then it gets the information it needs, and it goes, this is one I'd like to use. Mm-hmm. But we don't tell the brain, if I needed T-O-O, and you gave me, we don't get mad at the brain for giving you T-O and T-W-O. Mm-hmm. That's its job. Mm-hmm. So we have to be like, oh, thank you for letting me see all of the, and also the same thing that makes you see all of the opportunities in your business. To think that skill would turn off to not see all of the opportunities for your child to get injured as he like steps next to the edge of a cliff. It's the same skill. It's the exact same muscle. Mm-hmm. And so we have to be like, oh, thank you for that, but he's not going to do that, and here's the evidence as to why.
Right.
It's so hard. It's like easy to talk about, but to do it, I practice this daily. Daily.
And are you seeing any improvement?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's good.
It's like a muscle you train. And now it's almost like I can laugh about it. Where like now I have those intrusive thoughts or whatever. Stephen King pops in my head, and I go, "Oh yeah, this would make for a good horror story." And then and then I just let it go. But what happens when it turns into the anxiety, it turns into something that creates discomfort and dis-ease inside of us, is when the thought becomes an obsession, where we ruminate the thought, because the thought can be fleeting and pop in and pop out, like how do you spell two, or we can think about it and think about it and think about it and think about it. Well, what did she mean? What did she mean? Which one was it? How much power do you give that thought? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we give these thoughts too much power. So instead, we just it fills up a balloon, and then the balloon just floats away. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
Good.
I like that idea about Stephen King, too.
Yes.
Because that's what happens to me when I get anxious. My brain does all these tricks, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
But if I could do that, and then, let's make this a story.
Yep.
Then it's not scary.
Not at all. Mm-hmm. And that's what I have to do. Mm-hmm. And so you are not alone in this. And I think a lot of other people are not alone and can really, understand what we're saying here.
Do you think, though, that the reason why so many people are more ebullient and effervescent as children is just because we don't have as much responsibility and knowledge? Or what? Like, why?
I mean, even think about, you watch TV, we have insurance commercials that come on that are like, here's all the way. Do you have this protection? Do you have that protection?
So just the more you know,
and just
the more there is to worry about?
I almost even feel like the world we live in is built a lot of the consumer.
It's like the Truman Show when it said like, don't fly.
Fear. Yes.
Yes. They wanted to keep him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's real easy to think, like, I mean, people who are experiencing anxiety about, or depression in one category of their life will all of a sudden latch onto things from the news and be like, oh my God, this is scary, this is scary. The first thing we'll say is, don't watch the news. Don't do it. Turn off the evening news. Maybe a little Saturday morning stuff here and there. But you cannot watch the news. It's like, are your genes killing you? Tune in at 7 to hear,
That's so funny and
Are
true.
pigeons the next terrorists? Like, they're like that. And it's like, what? And, I took a college course where they taught us how to be, savvy news watchers and these kind of, this style of news reporting and journalism that's always on KCAL, whatever. Like,
I hate it all.
It's awful. And those are the things that breed those kind of fearful thoughts. Mm-hmm. Because then you think, oh my God, what? And then, so say you're watching the commercial for it. You're not even watching that. It's 7 o'clock. You're watching Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune. It's nice. Then all of a sudden a commercial comes on. And it's like that thing. Is this killing you? Tune in and find out. So then all of a sudden you were feeling a little anxious that morning about this job interview that you had. And you're really worried because the bills are stacking up and, you got to get this new job. And then all of a sudden you see that commercial. And then you're going and you're making dinner. And you have a knife in your hand and you're cutting something. And all of a sudden you think, oh my God, what are all the terrible things that could happen with this? It's not the knife and the chicken we're anxious about. Mm-hmm. It's the job interview over here that was triggered by the commercial that increased all it did was make our heart rate go up. And even the sound of it, the noises that are played, the tones, the music they use, the colors, everything is thought about. That happens, our heart rate goes up. When our heart rate goes up, our mind goes, oh my God, why is my heart rate going up? It must be because something bad is happening. I got to look around for anything bad that could be happening to make sense of this feeling I'm having. So then we start having the thoughts, and it's all a chain reaction, chemical thing that we have to go and hit the brakes. And unless we bring in that awareness, that higher level of thinking that we talk about, that executive functioning, that train is who's going to stop it? Mm-hmm. I feel like what you're feeling me here.
Yeah, I am.
Yes, I love it.
Because I'm sick of it. Yeah, and I think a lot of people are sick of it.
Yes.
Sarah.
I get it.
That's why we need you and why actually, people need to call you if they want therapy because
it is official.
You're so talented, and now you're employed.
I'm
Thank
employed.
God, she has a job
in the OC and LA area, available online and on.
Wait, what about
telehealth.
Like, could people do like Skype or
They
something?
can.
Like if they don't live
they
locally?
just have to be in California.
Well, okay.
Yes.
Why do they do it that
I'm
way?
only licensed in California.
Why
or
do they
only
do
have
it
my-
state by state?
Every state has different rules on. It's really just like
It's
getting
like
your,
teachers, but I hate that.
Yeah, and
That's
if I
so
moved
dumb.
to Colorado, I'd be done in half the time. They require way less hours. It's things like that. I'm like, oh man.
I was just talking to Adam about how I think we're going to end up there someday. I have no idea
Suze,
why.
I think I'm going to end up there too.
See?
We're going to Colorado. That's it. The only reason I'm here is because of you. I'm like, it's Susie
I
that's
feel like
keeping
that.
here. Oh my God, we should be in Colorado. My brothers
Would you
live
live there?
in a freaking heartbeat. It is the only other place where I would live. And in fact, it's where I really want to be.
And you're here for me?
No, I'm not for you. I mean, I'm here for like a bunch of. I have friends here. My whole life is here.
You
Don't think.
scared me.
No. I'm just like I'm with you in knowing that is our future. And the reason you feel is probably because like that's probably like our path.
Maybe
somehow we're going to end up there. In fact, I was talking to our friend Allie. Shout out to Allie, who just had a baby, who's so cute. And we were talking.
Bedelia.
So precious.
She's
I
so
heard her
cute.
cry on the phone, and I was like, it's even an adorable cry. Oh, it's the cutest.
Everyone laughs, by the way, at how anytime you mention a friend, you're always like, I was talking to Mariana. Shout out to Mariana. But go ahead.
I got to. And she was saying, I was just like talking about like what kind of person I want, like what, who I want to be with. And she's like, you got to move to Colorado.
Yeah.
Those people are in Denver.
They are.
And she said, I mean, you gotta like.
It's
this
weird
trip.
that I
know.
feel it
That's
and
what I'm
you feel
saying.
it. I have no reason.
I know. That's why when you mentioned it, I would have never ever brought it up unless you just like that was weird. We're having a moment
That's
right
where
here.
our Golden
You heard
Girls
it
retreat
on
is going to be.
You heard it on the Brain Candy Podcast episode 247.
This is 347.
347.
But yes.
Oh, 3. Oh, come on. I was so good. I pretty much had it. We'll call that. I nailed it.
Okay, before we go, I do have one more story I want your opinion on. Do you ever, are you one of those people that gets the urge? That sounded like an ad I was about to. Are you one of those people that gets the urge to like climb Everest?
It was so funny because when you said that, I also pictured it in black and white. You know how in any infomercial they start in black and white? Like, are you struggling to? And it's like the person who's shaving their legs, but like clearly
Mad
didn't
about
know
it.
how to shave their legs ever. And it's like,
And it is black and white.
It's always black and white. Then it's like the music, try, da-da-da. Okay, so to get back to your point.
Yes.
Not Everest, because I know all about what's going on in Everest. It's the worst. It's so bad. So many people are dying, and not just the people who... It's like a traffic jam. Have you seen images of this?
That's what made me ask you.
It's awful.
I saw the image of them crowded at the
It's
base
gross,
or whatever.
is what it is.
What the fuck?
It is so gross, and it's a bunch of wealthy narcissists. It is.
I am so here for you saying that.
It is because, and anybody who's a real climber and a real like somebody who, oh my God, look, I'm getting forearm goosebumps. Okay, for real. They're mad too because these are people who go, oh yeah, I climb. They do not, and they just have they want the bragging rights. They throw the money down, and it's so. What's the word? Like taking advantage of. There's another word for
Exploiting.
it. Exploitative of the people who live there.
Yeah.
Because they cannot
The Sherpas.
get up those
Yeah.
mountains without them.
Yes.
And the Sherpas, this is their only season to make money. They're not saying no. They're
Yeah.
taking Sherpas who are not as who are like not as well.
The Sherpas aren't dying though.
Some of them are.
Oh, no.
Yes. And those stories you
That's
don't hear
the
about,
worst.
and that's even worse.
Yes,
the
it
Sherpa
is.
stories are. Oh my God! Look, it's just like this is like speaking to me on a big.
I'm so glad I asked.
This show, Real Sports with Brian Gumbel did a 3-parter on this and kept revisiting it because the story's only getting worse.
It's not okay.
It's so not okay, and I'm super mad about it.
Well, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think they're going to have to. This was kind of my fear with the Machu Picchu Trail too. That, man, I I felt really not good. You know, I appreciated it being on it, but what we were doing to the environment, even with the, like, leave no trace kind of rule, when you have hundreds of people coming through a day, it's impossible not to leave a trace. And
oh my God, it's a mess.
I wish that it would just shut down. But then that's me saying that in a place where I have the opportunity to have a job in whatever field I want.
Yeah.
Shutting down Mount Everest would destroy the economy of an entire population. And so how can you replace that? There has to be some sort of replacement. There has to be something that they can do to, to create some sort of tourism in a safer, lower, like some sort of like structural tourism to like around the mountain, but not the peak. I don't know, because you can't just you can't say, okay, we're shutting it down.
No.
Because how are the people who live? I mean, that's like how they're making. We've got like centuries of.
It just feels though that there needs to be more
regulation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and also what I hear is that the Sherpas are not even getting the majority of the cut from it. That it goes to
it's like
the
a pimp.
government. Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's who we need to be mad at. Is the
okay? Then that's
government
who I'm mad about.
That how it's regulated and how many people go on it and where the money goes, where I think it's either they did something to how much, either they raised it or they lowered it. So like either way, it's like more people are coming and they make more money, or they raise the price to where they take a bigger raking. I can't remember what it is. I didn't when we were going to talk about this. So I didn't know.
Right.
But
yeah.
I am very passionate about this and very mad. And I cried when I watched the documentary.
Yeah,
because as
sad.
somebody who loves nature and as somebody who wants it to stay the way it is.
Well, and it's sort of like, I don't understand people who desire the, as you say, bragging rights or whatever that is, where they're like, I did the thing.
It's the same thing as the guy who wants the car that's $1.5 million. I want the most expensive car. When valet parks it right in front, it's those dickheads, and they're the ones who are dying up there. And I don't feel bad saying it, because they're not doing any of the things that you're supposed to do to really respect that. It's like I went to REI, I bought all the top of the line gear or wherever the hell that and I threw down. I want to say it's like $50,000, $30,000. I can't remember
insane.
The price of is
like what it all costs. Yeah.
Oh, and this is just the not even the gear.
This is just
let's see, cost to climb Everest.
But what are they paying for then? The Sherpa and then the
ticket up, like
stuff?
you're basically. It's almost like. So when you go to Yosemite, you pay like a national park fee.
That's
like
okay. It's
so
like that.
it's something like that. It's the typical cost when climbing Everest with the Western agency is $45,000 and above. With a local Nepali operator, it can be between $25,000 and $40,000. The cost includes the royalty fee of $11,000 for the peak. So that's what the government is charging. To go to the peak is $11,000. That the government's like, yeah, I'll take that.
Interesting. You would think they would have more going on then with all that money. It
makes me so mad that more would what?
You'd think that the government would have more going on if they're getting that much revenue just from one person. It's going in
pockets of, not going to the right thing. It's really, my God, yeah. Well, it's like up to $60,000.
We're done for the day.
Oh my gosh.
It's all for now.
Yeah.
Tune in next time.
Oh my gosh, maybe
Will Sarah get over her rage about Everest? Will Susie become her Cyrano de Bergerac? All right, people. Out of here. Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.